Better to die on one's feet than to live on one's knees. Freedom is what we do with what is done to us. Man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does. It is up to you to give life a meaning. Hell is other people. I exist, I think, therefore I am. I exist, that is all, and I find it nauseating. To be or not to be, right? I exist because I think, and I can't prevent myself from thinking. In a world, man must create his own essence. It is in throwing himself into the world, suffering there, struggling there, that he gradually defines himself. If you are lonely when you are alone, you are in a bad company. We are our choices. In order to make himself thoroughly undesirable, he will speak. Once you hear the details of victory, it is hard to distinguish it from a defeat. Life begins on the other side of despair. He could do what he liked. No one had the right to advise him. There would be for him no God or evil unless he thought them into being. Man is nothing but what he makes of himself. Everything has been figured out, except how to live. Man is not the sum of what he has already, but rather the sum of what he does not yet have, of what he could have. Smooth and smiling faces everywhere, but ruin in their eyes. To believe is to know you believe, and to know you believe is not to believe. We only become what we are by the radical and deep-seated refusal of that which others have made of us. Every existing thing is born without a reason, prolongs itself out of weakness, and dies by chance. I confused things with their names, that is belief. I am going to outlive myself, eat, sleep, exist slowly, softly, like trees, like a puddle of water, like the red bench in the streetcar. The more sand that has escaped from the hourglass of our life, the clearer we should see through it. I think of death only with tranquility as an end. I refuse to let death hamper life. Death must enter life only to define it. You are perhaps not lying, but you are not telling the truth. There are two types of poor people: those who are poor together and those who are poor alone. The first are the true poor, the others are rich people out of luck. One cannot become a saint when one works 16 hours a day. As for us, my little friend, we entered because we were tired of dying of hunger. In order to change poverty into wealth, one must start by displaying it. All human activities are equivalent. When the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. This desire to write is rather strange all the same, and is not without a certain cracked quality. Words are loaded pistols. I considered calmly that I was born to write. In reality, people read because they want to write. Anyway, reading is a sort of rewriting. That is exactly the writer's problem. What does literature stand for in a hungry world? Like morality, literature needs to be universal. In love, One and one are one. We must act out passion before we can feel it. Since he unable to be the beloved, he will become the lover. My love, you're not one thing in my life, not even the most important, because my life no longer belongs to me, because you're always me. When we love animals and children too much, we love them at the expense of men. I have no need for good souls. An accomplice is what I wanted. We do not judge the people we love. There may be more beautiful times, but this one is ours. I suppose that is out of laziness that the world is the same day after day. Today it seemed to want to change, and then anything could happen. The best work is not what is most difficult for you. It is what you do best. The past is the luxury of proprietors. 3 o'clock is always too late or too early for anything you want to do. The real nature of the present revealed itself. It was what exists. All that was not present does not exist. This moment shines. It is round. It hangs in empty space like a little diamond. I am eternal.